Well, hello, it's Ben here, and it is awful cold where I'm at. There's even snow on the ground behind me. That's only the second time in 29 years it's snowed where I live. Pretty big event for me. But anyway, I'm here to talk about my trailer. I'm going to do a little bit of maintenance, and I'm showing you what I'm doing. Well, there's my trailer. It's a tandem axle down to earth trailer, and because of the size of the trailer, it's got some safety features. And one thing it has is a braking system. It's got a little cable that would hook up to the back of your truck, and if for whatever reason the tongue were to give or the trailer would come loose, this would end up getting yanked off. And when that happens, the trailer's brakes would automatically engage, and that would slow the trailer down and stop it before something bad happens. And here's the pin that was attached to that cable, and if I want to reset the brakes, I'm going to have to put that pin back in the safety device. Well, thanks for checking out the video. I don't have a whole lot of videos on trailers, so this is a little bit different for me. Well, the cable was extremely long, so long that it drug on the ground and it ended up wearing through the cable. And I did one of those on-the-road fixes with some zip ties, but now it's time for me to fix this thing like it ought to be. And I'm just going to end up using some cable and some crimps. Well, the steel cable I've got, that came from my wife's garden. She was using that to hold up cucumbers and peas or whatever. And the crimps I have, well, you can buy those at Tractor Supply in different sizes for just a few dollars. Look for them in the fencing section. And that's where this big crimper is. It was also in the fencing section. But you don't have to use a specialized crimper. You could just use a strong pair of pliers if you wanted to. So let's set the camera up and get this replaced. These are just heavy-duty wire cutters I'm using, and they will cut through this cable without any problem at all. That's how long the new cable needs to be, which really isn't that long at all. The other one was twice as long as I needed it to be. Well, it's easy enough to do. I'll just slide this through the opening on one end and then back through itself again. And you could make this as big of a loop as you want or as small of a loop as you want. And if you didn't have the crimping tool, you could just use regular pliers and squeeze it right there really hard. But I have this crimping tool, and you can see how there's a little gap. The two jaws don't actually connect, they leave a small gap, and that's what's going to end up crimping. So we're just going to slide it in. I hope you can see that. And when the jaws are closed, they're not completely closed. And you can see how it flattens it out. And there we go. Okay, that's how long I want it. I'll put a little bend in the wire so I know where I have it. Well, on the other end, I will go ahead and slide the cable through the crimping sleeve. And then I can feed it through the little pin that comes out of that safety device. And then I'll feed the wire back into the crimping sleeve one last time. And once I've determined the right length, I'll get the crimping tool out and I can crimp this. And with that done, I'll have a steel cable that's the right length, that's not held together with zip ties. Alright, it's time for me to hook the trailer up. And I'll start by taking the chains and I crisscross them so that the chain on one side connects on the other side of the hitch. And what that does when you cross them is it makes a saddle. If your tongue were to fall down, hopefully it's going to fall down on this. And now we've got our piece that's attached to our cable, and it clicks in just like that. Well, you can see the way that's hooked up. And you can also see, like I said, you cross your chains and it makes a saddle that helps support this when this falls, or keeps the tongue from wanting to bounce around as much if it does fall. So the ball's underneath the tongue of the trailer, and when I pull forward, I want this to come out before the chains get tight. So what you want is that cable to get tight and that pin to come out and the trailer brakes to come on while it's still attached to the truck by the chains. Well, that's exactly what you want to happen. You want this pin to pull out before the chains get tight. With as much slack as there was originally when I bought this trailer, I bet you that could come loose and the pin wouldn't have pulled out and the brakes would have never come on. I don't know if I would call this a safety feature, but it's important to have all your stuff available. I've got cutters and wire ties, additional tie downs. I've got locks so that I can lock the tongue up and keep it safe. And I'll lift this wooden tray out that I built, and there's more stuff underneath it. Got a tire iron. I even have 4 10,000-pound tie-down straps for the John Deere tractor when I put it on the trailer. But this is my next safety feature. Let me show you what this does. This is a jack, and it's designed to fit into this hole. And it's got a pin that goes through it, which secures it to the trailer, and now you've got a jack right where the loading ramp is. You can see how it provides lift. Well, this will keep this part of the trailer from going down. So this jack is a safety feature all by itself, because a pickup truck has parking brakes, but it's only on the rear wheels. So if you were to drive up the back of the trailer and all your weight was the very back, you could actually lift the front of the trailer up. And if you did, you'd be lifting those wheels off the ground that are holding the truck and the trailer in place, and it could roll away from you. So having these safety devices, and that means having a jack on each side, you can drive as heavy an object as you want to onto your trailer, and it will be safe. Well, there you go. Those are 2 key safety features that are on my down-to-earth trailer. Now, if you think those are pretty good and you like what I'm doing, please consider liking and subscribing. It really motivates me to keep this channel going. Now, the jacks that are in the back, I bought those off of Amazon and welded them on the trailer myself, and I'll leave information for those in the video description below. And I think that covers it for today. Like, subscribe, check out my playlist, and I'll see you in that next video.